Anglerfish. Deep in the ocean, where sunlight disappears and food is rare, the anglerfish turns darkness into a hunting tool. Its most famous feature is the glowing lure that hangs in front of its face. In the black water, that small light can look like an easy meal to smaller animals. But when prey comes close, the trap closes. The light is produced with help from bioluminescent bacteria, a partnership that allows the anglerfish to carry its own bait through the deep. The unsettling part is not only the lure. It is the way the anglerfish seems built around ambush. Many species have oversized mouths, sharp teeth, and bodies designed to wait rather than chase. In a world where every movement costs energy, patience becomes a weapon. Some anglerfish also have one of the strangest reproductive systems in nature. In certain deep-sea species, the much smaller male attaches to the female and may fuse with her body, depending on the species. In the darkness of the deep ocean, finding a mate is so difficult that evolution turned attachment into survival. The anglerfish feels like a creature from a nightmare, but every strange detail has a purpose. The glowing lure, the huge mouth, the stillness, and the bizarre mating strategy all come from the same reality in the deep sea. Life must solve impossible problems in disturbing ways. NOAA describes bioluminescence as a major deep-sea survival adaptation, including its use for attracting prey. Vampire squid. The vampire squid has one of the most dramatic names in the ocean, Vampiroteuthis infernalis, meaning vampire squid from hell. With dark coloring, red eyes, and webbing between its arms, it looks like something that should be hunting through the deep. But the truth is stranger than the name. The vampire squid is not a blood-drinking monster. It lives slowly in dark, low-oxygen water and feeds mostly on drifting organic particles called marine snow. Instead of chasing prey like a typical predator, it collects tiny bits of dead plankton, fecal matter, and debris using long sticky filaments. Smithsonian describes it as a slow-living animal that survives on this falling material in the deep ocean. Its defense is more theatrical than violent. When threatened, the vampire squid can turn its webbed arms over its body, creating a cloak-like shape covered with spines called cirri. It can also produce glowing mucus, confusing predators in the darkness. That is what makes the vampire squid so fascinating for narration. Its appearance lies. It looks like a demon, but lives like a scavenger. It sounds terrifying, but survives by conserving energy. In the deep sea, even the creatures that look evil may simply be trying to waste as little effort as possible. Barreleye fish. The barreleye fish looks as if nature forgot to finish its head. Its skull has a transparent, fluid-filled dome, and inside that dome are two bright green tubular eyes. Those eyes usually point upward, scanning the water above for the silhouettes of prey. But they can also rotate forward when the fish is feeding. Monterey Bay Aquarium describes the barreleye as a twilight zone fish, with upward-looking eyes visible through the transparent dome on its forehead. At first glance, the two small marks above its mouth look like eyes, but they are actually nares, similar to nostrils. The real eyes are inside the head, protected behind the clear shield. That single detail makes the barreleye one of the most alien-looking fish ever recorded. Its strange design makes sense in the deep ocean's dim light. Looking upward helps it detect prey against the faint glow from the surface. The transparent head protects its sensitive eyes while still allowing it to see. MBARI researchers helped explain this mystery by showing that the eyes can rotate inside the transparent shield. The barreleye is not frightening because it is huge or aggressive. It is unsettling because it makes a familiar animal shape feel wrong. A fish with a see-through head and rotating eyes sounds imaginary, but it is real, drifting silently through the ocean's twilight zone. Goblin shark. If the barreleye looks unfinished, the goblin shark looks ancient. It has a long, flattened snout, pale skin, a soft-looking body, and jaws that can shoot forward from its face. The Australian Museum describes the goblin shark's mouth as protrusible, meaning it can retract under the eye or extend forward beneath the snout. That jaw movement is the feature that turns the goblin shark from strange to disturbing. In the darkness, prey may come close without realizing danger is near. Then the shark's jaws launch forward, grabbing the victim with needle-like teeth. It is less like a normal bite and more like a trap springing out of the face. The goblin shark is often called a living fossil because its lineage is ancient and rare. It is usually seen only when caught by deepwater fisheries, which adds to its mysterious reputation. Recent reports also highlight how rarely living goblin sharks have been filmed in their natural deep-sea environment. This creature does not need speed or elegance. Its terror comes from patience, darkness, and one sudden mechanical movement. The Goblin Shark reminds us that the deep sea does not always evolve beauty. Sometimes it evolves a mouth that waits in the dark. Giant Isopod. The giant isopod looks like a pill bug from another planet. It is a crustacean related to the small roly-polies people find in gardens, but deep-sea gigantism has turned it into something far larger and more unsettling. Noah says giant isopods are close relatives of pill bugs and can grow up to about 1.5 feet long. Unlike fast predators, giant isopods are scavengers. They crawl across the seafloor, feeding on dead animals that sink from above. In the deep ocean, meals may be rare, so these animals are built for patience. They can survive long periods with little food, using slow metabolism and efficient energy storage. That lifestyle gives them a strange, almost undead quality. They do not need to chase constantly. They wait for something to fall from the world above. A dead whale, fish, or squid can become a feast in a place where food scarcity shapes every body and behavior. The giant isopod is strange because it makes the familiar unfamiliar. A harmless garden creature becomes a plated deep-sea scavenger. It is not a monster in the usual sense. It is a survivor from a cold, dark world where hunger may last for months or even years. Frilled Shark. The frilled shark looks less like a modern shark and more like something that slipped out of prehistory. Its body is long and eel-like. Its gills have a frilled appearance. Its mouth sits near the front of the head, lined with rows of sharp, backward-facing teeth. Unlike the classic image of a shark with a powerful torpedo-shaped body, the frilled shark moves with a strange, serpentine presence. It is often called a living fossil because it has an ancient appearance and belongs to a very old shark lineage. Sources describe it as a mysterious deep-water shark with an eel-like body and 6 pairs of frilled gill slits. The teeth are especially disturbing. They are not built for chewing. They are built for holding. Once prey is caught, those needle-like teeth make escape difficult. In the darkness, that kind of grip matters more than raw speed. The frilled shark works well in a script because it feels like a creature from a time before humans. It does not look adapted to our expectations of the ocean. It looks like evidence that the deep sea keeps old designs alive long after the surface world has changed. Stoplight Loosejaw. The stoplight loosejaw is one of the deep sea's strangest hunters because it uses a kind of light many other animals cannot see. Most deep sea bioluminescence is blue or green because those colors travel well underwater. The stoplight loosejaw is different. It can produce red light, which acts almost like a secret flashlight. Many deep sea animals are not sensitive to red, so the fish can illuminate prey without easily revealing itself. Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution describes the stoplight loosejaw as a deep-sea dragonfish that lives around 500 to 2,000 meters deep. Its face adds to the strangeness. The lower jaw appears loose and exaggerated, giving the fish a broken, skeletal look. It does not look like a clean predator. It looks like a mouth held together just well enough to hunt. The loosejaw is not famous because of size. It is famous because of stealth. In a world where light can expose you, this fish found a way to carry a private beam through the darkness. That idea feels almost like science fiction. A predator moving through the deep with a red searchlight most victims may never notice. Pelican Eel. The pelican eel, also called the gulper eel, looks like a small body attached to an impossible mouth. Its jaws can open into a huge pouch, making the head look far larger than the rest of the animal. This oversized mouth helps it engulf prey in the deep sea, where food is too rare to ignore. Reports describe the pelican eel as a midnight zone fish with a giant expandable mouth and an elastic pouch below the jaw. Its body is thin and dark, almost whip-like, ending in a tail that can produce light. That glowing tail may help attract prey, while the huge mouth waits like a living net. The creature does not look balanced. It looks exaggerated, as if one feeding strategy took over the entire body plan. The pelican eel feels strange because it seems designed around one question. What if the next meal is bigger than expected? In the deep ocean, missing food can be costly. A mouth that opens too wide may be the difference between survival and starvation. It is not graceful. It is not pretty. It is a reminder that the deep sea rewards function over appearance. Black swallower. The black swallower is small, but its feeding strategy is almost unbelievable. This deep sea fish is known for swallowing prey much larger than itself. Its stomach can stretch dramatically, expanding like a dark balloon as it digests. Sometimes specimens have been found dead after swallowing prey too large to process properly, with the meal decomposing inside and causing the fish to float upward. This creature turns hunger into risk. In the deep ocean, food is unpredictable, so an animal that finds a meal may try to take it even if the meal is dangerously large. The black swallower's body is built for that gamble. There is something disturbing about a fish whose survival strategy can also become its downfall. It does not chase glory or fight battles. It simply eats beyond what seems physically reasonable because the deep sea does not guarantee a second chance. The black swallower is strange because it embodies desperation. In a world where the next meal may not come soon, even survival can become dangerous. Giant squid. For centuries, the giant squid lived more in rumor than in science. Sailors told stories of enormous tentacled creatures, and dead specimens occasionally washed ashore or appeared in the stomachs of sperm whales. But living giant squids remained almost impossible to observe because they inhabit deep water and avoid easy detection. The animal itself is extraordinary. It has long tentacles, large eyes, and a body built for a life far below the surface. Those huge eyes may help detect faint light or the movement of predators in the deep. Its most famous enemy is the sperm whale, and scars found on whales suggest violent encounters between the two. The giant squid is strange because it turned real biology into legend. Before cameras and deep-sea research, it was easy to imagine it as a monster. Even now, seeing one alive feels rare and uncanny, as if an old sailor's nightmare briefly crossed into scientific reality. It is not disturbing because it wants humans. It is disturbing because it proves legends sometimes begin with something real moving far below the ship. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.